Good evening, everyone. Today we'll be talking about the topic the consequences of deforestation. Hope everyone gets ready. And people sitting at the back, I think some are playing video games, be like the ones sitting here in the front. They are very attentive, everyone sits like this. So please be attentive to what I'm going to say because I'll be taking only 5 minutes. 5 minutes. This 5 minutes lecture would be very effective if all of us pay attention to what we are going to talk about. Because I've been researching for months and collecting the facts that will give us the evidence to enforce the topic on deforestation. So let's get to the point without losing any second. There are numerous diseases that affect us in our day-to-day life. Consider a 1-year-old boy not able to walk. Think about the agriculture lands that has been eroded. 5 years back, we cultivate rice, maize around the villages because the land is full of fertile and we don't need fertilizer pesticides. So if all these are compulsory to run the agriculture, how was our grandfathers or forefathers survive? Through agriculture. So during their time, they did not use fertilizer but still become more productive with the fields, with the cultivations they have done. But the situation changes. How does it change? In modern days, we need fertilizers, pesticides, chemical fertilizers that needs to be brought from the market and sprayed on the soils to make our cultivation, to make our agriculture more productive. So why do we need all these steps? It's all because of deforestation. Deforestation in simply means cutting down of trees, shifting cultivation from one place to another. That's what we call deforestation. As our topic specifically mentioned, its consequences. As I mentioned in the previous sentences about the diseases that brings troubles to a 1-year-old boy. So how do we affect and come up with situations that lead us to that? Even the elderly people suffering a lot with dysentery, diarrhea. Talk about the accidents rate in our society. It's declining. Fortunately, it's not rising. That means we are careful enough regarding accidents, unforeseen troubles that may occur to us in the future. We don't have to search. We don't have to go for jobs and companies works in the metropolitan cities to generate good incomes. We really don't require such thing. What happens to the people in the most developed countries do? Agriculture becomes the first and priority way to generate good incomes. So people employed in government services, government jobs leave their designations and portfolios, shifted to become a farmer, agriculture, so that they can generate good incomes. And also they enjoy serving their own jobs. In conclusion, Today, if we do not end deforestation, I mentioned some terms, some diseases that affects us day by day. That is okay. But if we continue to do it, instead of relying foods on ourselves, we will have to pay high prices from the market 5 years later without changing our attitude towards improving our agriculture and environment. It will affect us in the next generations. We don't have to think only on our generations, what do we eat, what do we do have. Let us improve the environment. Hence, not only us to enjoy this beautiful environment and get crops, maize, and different types of seeds. This good environment can also be experienced by the next generation. So my point is to reduce deforestation, we need not to start big, as James Clear has said. Atoms, which is very little, very small particle that cannot be destroyed further. We have to start by taking the first step. Let's clean our compounds first and start improving the environment. As a result of this, we will get more productive. Our crops will be more productive, and we can do cultivation everywhere. Because once we apply chemical fertilizers to the soil, it is fertile only for temporary. But once its duration is gone, it becomes eroded. And further agriculture, further cultivation is absurd. So we must be careful on how we treat our lands, our environment. As I said, we are to be children. We are to think for the next generation who are to enjoy this beautiful environment. So it's our responsibility to clean our environment. As I said, we should not start big. Firstly, let us all clean our compounds and start planting new trees. When we all come together, and in a family, at least 4 or 5 persons belong to the same family here in our village. If each person plants 1 tree in a year, we get hundreds of trees around us. Once the trees surround us, then we will get fresh air. The soil will become fertile, and not only will we enjoy this beautiful environment, it can also pave varied opportunities to the next generations as well. So let's begin to continue working on to improve the environment.